And then there were two. Hi, people. Been a long time since you saw me, or at least it feels like a long time. I got one I usually review on its own, but would like to review it alongside the other comics. You'll see why in a minute. And Action Comics, and one where it's all about our bad friend Bizarro. Okay, starting with that one. Okay. If you'll allow me to be like Bizarro for a few minutes. Me hate this book. Me hate this book so much. And for all you regular people, it was a really good book. And me hate Bizarro World, as you know. Yeah, I really do love Bizarro World. Bizarro World is awesome. You get a whole book of that. It was awesome. Don't know how they're gonna tie it into the Millennium event once Year of the Villains finished, or if they're going to. But like I said, being regular, I absolutely love this book. It tied in with this book. I had two tie-ins. Yeah, they were both really enjoyable. This one I forgot I read, though. I gotta be honest with you. The art's beautiful on this one, though. So far, if these two things are any indication on You're the Villain, it's gonna be a really good event. I give the Bizarro. Mom, I dropped a book. I give the Bizarro Terrifics a 3 out of 5.
Oh, okay. I'd give it about that too.
I mean, it ended right as Bizarro was not meeting the Terrifics.
There you go.
See what I did there?
Yes, it's Bizarro language.
And if you were stupid, you could understand it. So, anyway, this like I said, I forgot I read, so I'll give it a 3 as well. But that's only because the art was so freaking beautiful. So, yeah. And I guess on to my review of Doomsday Clock. Okay, this, you have to read the end. Yeah. It picks up right where the last one left off, but like Mr. Aaron said, it was kind of hard for Mom to follow because, yeah, it's been so, the comics in between time has been ridiculous. I wonder if they're going to bring back the original Rorschach at the end of this. That's just me. Could Reggie's dream actually mean something? Or will it explain how Adrian fused their minds together? Will it be a further explainer that way? I mean, this issue did a pretty good job of explaining it through Adrian's eyes. Like I told Mom, the very start of the video was video. I mean comic was very slow, but
I got a question about that comic.
shoot,
Can I ask it?
yeah,
Why does Adrian?
yeah,
Why does he have Johnny Lightning in the cell?
because they trusted him, and for some reason, when he wants to merge the Earth, which is his big plan, by the way,
Okay.
it was done by the Marvel DC thing much better. But when he wants to merge the Earth,
yeah,
he needs him to stay out of the way.
Oh, same with Stargirl or whatever her name is.
Not Stargirl, Saturn Girl.
Saturn Girl. Okay.
Saturn Girl. And poor Saturn Girl, she just didn't believe hard enough. Seriously. Her last words were, "Long live the Legion." So does that mean they're adding another Earth to Legion? There's already three possible Earths with Legion of Superheroes. That's not gonna be confusing at all. Think, DC. Yeah. I think that's gonna be a little confusing, to tell you the truth. But that's just me. I'm really looking forward to Justice Society, if they ever do that again. I mean, that version of Stargirl, Saturn Girl. See, now she's got me doing it. That version of Saturn Girl obviously survives because Thorn goes back yet again before Flashpoint, and they never solved what happens to him. And there's Starman in the Justice League book. Yeah. He's in the Justice League book. So, I mean, granted, it's not the same Starman, but there will be a legacy there. And I can't dispute the fact that Dan Ditto doesn't like legacy characters, and he might have it out for Thom in real life. But, Mr. Ditto, quick aside for a minute. Okay. 1. you guys have a current Stargirl series, which you got me pumped up for, by the way. Just to find out what happens to Swamp Thing and the whole universe. I know I said I really wasn't pumped up for it, but upon further inspection, I am. And to kill off that version of the Legion that way, just to have them all erased from history, hasn't it been done before in Zero Hour? I know you don't want old fogies like me paying attention, and Daniel is probably going, quiet, you! Hey, shut up and buy my book! But, yeah. So, I think that I could be wrong here, but I think the second Millennium number 2, takes place like right after Doomsday Clock. I'll be surprised if it doesn't. I want to see how it pans out in order. I mean, they're doing a timeline at the end. Just add, okay, Doomsday Clock happens here. But, yeah. So, I'm really pumped up for the Justice Society because of the end. So, and I'm really anxious to see the end of this series. Without spoiling too much, I mean, Matt Haddon's picture being an anchor and all that. Oops, I just spoiled that. But, yeah. Without spoiling too much, isn't this a lovely book? I mean, really. The art in it, I don't know if you can see. Isn't this beautiful? It's beautiful, isn't it? It really was a great book. So, just pick that up. And until that was my review. Someone show it to Rob. Where's the mouse? Gotta find the mouse. Hey everybody! 2 videos for the price of 1. Hopefully Mom glues these together. Anyway, get into business. What I thought was going to happen in this, and may still happen, is Rose is going to meet Booster. Because then Booster's going to travel back in time. What do you think, Mom? The genuine first reaction.
She's going to meet Booster.
Yeah, he's a time traveler.
Well, that's what I asked you. Is she traveling through time?
No, she lived long enough to see the original Booster, the one that's the loser football player.
Okay, so she knows he's a time traveler?
Yeah, they met already in the previous books. In his old 87 series,
okay.
88, before I was born.
So why do you think she's going to meet him?
Did you drop that watermelon? I think she's going to meet him and tell him, okay, this is what needs to go down.
Yes.
Did you throw it out? Okay.
Yes.
Anyway. Yeah, this whole book focused on Rose and Thorn. There was no there's no timeline, no writer, no Rip Hunter, none of the characters I've been banking on showing up in this book. Hopefully they show up in number 2. With my luck, Rip Hunter's probably going to show up in the Supergirl tie-in. And the whole time, I was reminded of my character, the Contaminant. I was writing my story in my head. First book I've ever done this with, I swear, what he could have been doing at this present time. Tell you, I'm gonna let you decide when my book comes out, because that's the most I can do. Reference here and there. Anyway, is not my characters. Anyway, that's what I think of. That's what I think of that little brief thought. I'm trying not to do as many ums and ers, and if you fight the ums and ers in my situation, you get more. Anyway, I feel this book created more questions than it answered, and because it didn't have the timeline. And I don't know the difference between what I actually have in real life and what Rose has in the book. And I don't think the DC people do either. But that's the thing. It was kind of written in such a way that it was almost enjoyable. I mean, this is why I don't do grades. I guess it would be a B, because I was expecting all these characters. You just got Rose and Thorn and President Supergirl. Yeah. They didn't explain what was going on in the other book and why the future's gonna get erased. Not Parallax. Not the original Mr. Mind. None of that. Not, Supernova. Not Dagon. Yeah. I like time travel. I wish it would have been written by the DC Legends people. At least they'd know what was supposed to go down. I hope the timeline answers questions when we get it in book 2, if we get it in book 2 at all. I haven't picked up Supergirl in years. Yeah. I can't even tell you the last time I picked up a Supergirl. And Superman, I don't pick up. Action Comics? No, that's not on the list. So, love the ad for the Dark Crystal. I could, based on this cover, I could see it like being the beginning of the Time War. But that didn't happen. Time War is a thing I made up on a chat site. Less than that, even. I think I just use it in my own story. And I told my friends. I was trying to think if I put the chat site in there. No. But, yeah. I definitely could see this being the beginning. But it's not. My favorite part was seeing Swamp Thing. Right. I'll spoil it for you. Right here. That's my favorite part. Doesn't explain why her other is getting more bloodthirsty. But, you know. It was cool to see Swamp Thing. For sure. And I still think the future's getting erased. We'll find out in the end of Doomsday Clock, I guess. And the end of that. It's a shame there are only 2 books. Thanks for sitting through such a long video. Again, these don't have to be watched in any particular order. Bob out. For real this time.